He's going on. He's live.
Not up on my end.
You're right.
I think.
I'm seeing both.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Friday night football game here from Hornet Stadium. My name is James Bryan. I'm accompanied by my partner in crime, Barry Huff. Say hello, Barry.
Hello, Barry.
We're joining you in the midst of our opening ceremony festivities. Color guard down on the field, preparing for their flag presentation. Set the scene. We're at Hornet Stadium, southeast side of town, San Antonio. In case those of you in Clemens have no idea where you are at this time, that's where we are. It's a cool evening, probably about 60 degrees out there right now, Barry. I think it's going to drop down into the mid-low 40s. For now, decent football weather. Here at Hornet Stadium, hazy skies, sun on its way down, Friday night football coming up. And my fans, we do have this broadcast going live through Facebook and through YouTube. YouTube ECHS Athletics is where you're hearing me now. Also on Facebook Live. What's our channel name there, Barry?
We have East Central Athletics.
Also East Central Athletics on Facebook. Call your friends, call your family. Call them up, tell them that this might be the last game of the season, at least the last game they'll see here at Hornet Stadium. We hope it's not our last. We hope that we can move into the playoffs following this game. We'll talk more about the picture for the rest of this year coming up shortly. As I said, Barry, perhaps our last broadcast here on the internet related media. If we haven't described our get up here in a while, let's talk about where we're sitting. We're up in the main press box here at Hornet Stadium. We got a little entry foyer, about 8 by 10, that we're actually pretty comfortable in. We can't complain about that. You will hear quite often, though, the sound of a slamming door and young kids yelling outside. That's because we are at the entrance to the press box, and all traffic goes through our broadcast, quote-unquote, studio.
The thing about our broadcast studio, which makes it pretty cool, is that we have a great production guy with Sam Delgado, and he and the other teams, the students here at East Central, they set up microphones, so you're going to hear the crowd. You're going to hear the band. You're going to hear some good sounds. And it's been a great year, a second year of us actually doing this production. Thank you, East Central School District and Athletic Department, Suzette Areola, Athletic Director, for letting us do this again.
Absolutely. Suzette's listening to our broadcast now. Hello, Ms. Areola.
Hey, Ms. Areola.
Absolutely. We do appreciate this opportunity to get up here and have some fun. Spread the fun of Friday Night Football out to you. We certainly enjoy it. We hope to make it half as enjoyable as it is for us, for you. A little bit about myself. I am a teacher here at East Central High School. I teach geometry and statistics. I see some of your kids twice. I might see them twice at their career at the high school. I began doing this announcing when I made friends with my colleague to my left here, Barry Huff, who at the time was at the high school. Your turn, Barry.
And I've done some public address announcing at the football games, but it's really cool because the guy sitting next. By the way, I'm a English language arts teacher and journalism teacher here at the here in the district for middle school, but pretty soon James just took over. James is a great voice, great announcer, so dedicated, and it's really a pleasure being able to work with him and just simply call him my friend, and be able to just enjoy these games with one another and also with you.
And we do realize, and we're very thankful for the fact that our opponents often, Barry, have quite a few folks listening on our broadcast. That being the case, let's give them a chance to listen to their own Clemens Buffaloes band.
And now, all Hornet Band, please rise as the East Central Golden Hornet Band under the direction of Mr. Ron Garza plays East Central on the number.
The Golden Hornet Band with our school's alma mater. A song which Barry Huff has memorized every word of.
Class of '91.
Myself, I'm an outsider. Grew up in Austin, so I attended Austin LBJ High School. We made trips up here to San Antonio every so often. I believe we might have been playing Teddy Roosevelt back in the day. But make my home now here in San Antonio. Been here for quite a long time, working exclusively here at East Central. So I am an East Central Hornet now, and I support all things East Central.
Again, as the voice of almost all East Central athletics. Although you can't see it on the screen on the north side of the end zone, the Clemens players are coming from the practice gym or gym 2. They're going into their giant helmet and tunnel, and they're hyping it up. The camera possibly will swing over there, and if it doesn't, know that they're getting ready, getting hyped up, going back and forth, getting ready to run to the field.
Clemens Pep Squad doing their little clapping drill, hyping up the players, and here come the Clemens Buffaloes. To the sound of the band, Clemens, Clemens, here we go, Clemens. And the Hornet helmet fills with smoke. Here come your Central Hornets. Give them the call, Barry.
At the 40, at the 50. I love the uniforms. We have the metallic gold decals on the helmet with matching numbers, the numbers that match uniforms. Black on black jerseys. Look strong today.
It looks strong. Beautiful colorage on the uniforms. I like the tradition that this team and some other teams around town and the state have taken on lately by running those flags out with their team. U.S. and state flag. Awesome touch. Speaking of which, as the teams make their way on the field, you reassemble along the sideline. in preparation for the presentation of our colors by the East Central JROTC. You see them posted on the 50 right now. United States flag on the right, Texas flag on your left, each with their own rifle guard. JROTC Army Junior National Guard. That's not even correct. Junior Reserve Officer Training Corps. My apologies. Coach MJ Hubbard in the yellow jersey getting his team set so the color guard may now make their way out onto the field. We'll reserve all commentary during that ceremony until that color guard has made his way back off the field in full retreat.
Carrying the American flag is Cadet Second Lieutenant Roger Caballero. Carrying the Texas flag is Cadet Sergeant Tom Goat. And guarding the Texas flag is Cadet Sergeant Joshua Laval. Following the presentation of the colors, along with bands playing of our national anthem, and in order to honor our flag and those who have served and are currently serving our nation, we ask that you join opponent players, students, coaches, and fans to remain standing and observant until the flags have left the field in full retreat. At this time, we ask that you remove your hats as the East Central Golden Horn Band, under the direction of Mr. Ron Garza, will now play the national anthem. Welcome to Hornet Stadium, home of the East Central Hornets. Thank you for joining us tonight. Cheer loudly, wear your black and gold. Go Hornets, go. We will win.
And once again, congratulations and thanks to our JROTC, Master Sergeant Caesar, and the leadership there and that fine program, doing great things with some great young men and women. Well, here we are, Barry. It's Friday night again. Hopefully not the last game of the season. This game's success or failure will determine whether we go on from here. Tell us the possibilities.
Well, first of all, I'm just going to say that it doesn't really matter about next week yet because today is going to definitely be a great game. We know that right now that East Central sits alone in fourth place in our UIL division, 27-6A at 3-3, and tied for fifth place Wagner, Judson, and Clemens. And currently Clemens really has a tiebreak over them. And if Clemens beats Judson tonight, they will punch Clemens on the field right now. They'll punch their ticket to fourth place in our district. So this is a huge game for both teams.
Huge game indeed. Let's set up the kickoff team and the receiving team. 49, Daniel Gauna. The kickoff master extraordinaire. Gauna Medica. We started calling up here. Gets one high and deep. Nice kick by Gauna into the end zone for a touchback. Now, Barry, let's put out a disclaimer here right away. We do not have a full Clemens Buffaloes roster with us.
We don't. We do have their two deep roster for the offense and the defense, and so we might be a little slow retrieving numbers. They're not placed in numerical order, but we're definitely going to try our best to let the Clemens folks know when their athletes show up well.
Absolutely, fans. Clemens fans, if we do make a mistake here, feel free to let us know in the chat if we're getting a number wrong consistently. We're doing our best here with this limited roster we've been provided. Quarterback drops back, sees a deep receiver. Well covered, however. Number five, the intended receiver, I should say. Met by defender number 4, Jonathan Martinez. Quarterback will be number 14, Samuel Schneider. Schneider, quick pass to the right-hand side, broken up by number 10, Cornell George, a outside linebacker, you would say?
Outside, just extraordinary. They play him all over the field. That pass intended for number 11, Matthew Howard. Somebody in the chat box, if you can please let us know who number 5 is for Clemens. We don't see him in the rosters provided to us, but again, as Brian said, or James said on that initial pass, number 5 for Clemens.
Flag on the play. Play is stopped, so that's going to be an offsides, I believe, against Clemens. Correction, yes, false start against the offense, yes. I remember in my earlier days, Barry Huff, broadcasting over at Judson's facility, and there happened to be another broadcast team in the room next to us, and I kept calling offsides, offense, offsides, offense. And eventually somebody else threw me through the door. You can't have offsides on the offense. It's a false start. They were upset by my lack of knowledge. You'll hear a lot of that tonight, lack of knowledge on my part. Pass complete this time again to number 5 on the outside, left side, the bottom of your screen. Number 4 again, Jonathan Martinez on the stop. That was third down, only gaining 1, so it's going to be a 4th and long for Clemens. Ball at the 26-yard line. Punter deep is number 84. Caden Turner, the punter. Back deep for the Hornets, number 8, Austin Beaver. And number 3, Trayshawn Johnson. Nice Clemens bounce. No. Mishandled by the Hornets and luckily recovered by Trayshawn.
That is really dangerous, and not simply because he picked up the ball late. Just know that Clemens and Essential have some of the best special team coverage units in our district. Traditionally, Clemens will fake punts. They'll do a lot of special things to get an extra possession on offense. So, again, watch out for these special teams for both clubs on the field tonight.
And you're not over-exaggerating that, Barry. A good portion of our scoring and our big defensive effort is through those special teams. You will see scores made on both sides of the field from our special teams. It all goes as usual. Austin Vivier, the ball carrier, 22 on defense, is Travion Smith, middle linebacker. Pass incomplete to the far side of the field, the top of your screen. Zachary Shook, the intended receiver. It's going to be a second down, third down now, and 10 for the Hornets. Hornets run two wide receivers at the top of your screen. That's the left side of their lineup. Two at the bottom, right side of the line. Caden Bosenko, number 5, the quarterback for the Hornets. As dangerous on his legs. Oh, nice pitch up to JJ, I believe. No, that's 81, it looks like, for the Hornets. Lane Myers.
Clever little pitch to the front. Doesn't matter if it's overhand or underhand. It's definitely a lateral, forward lateral. Before he was tackled, it was good pursuit by that defense, but just a little clever pitch forward, getting that first down.
Lane Myers standing by there as an emergency receiver anyway. Why not toss it to him? That's what he's there for. First down, by the way, for the Hornets. Ball at the flag on the play. Whole pack of Buffaloes there to tackle Beaver.
I believe there's going to be a legal shift. You can't have two people in motion when the line is set. I believe it's going to be the Hornets.
Illegal motion it is, indicated by the referees. Illegal shift. Illegal shift or illegal motion, same call, or?
Well, when you have two hands like that, it's going to be an illegal shift. It means that two players have gone in motion. One hand legal motion means that one player has moved when everybody else is set.
Hornets 2 wide up top, 2 wide down below. Interesting, Barry, and I'll hit it up after this play. Bosenko rolling, finds the receiver, and they're going to call it the catch. The officials call it the catch. They were about 3 feet away, so we'll give them the benefit of the doubt. 81, the receiver, Lane Myers.
I like that Bosenko can extend plays with his legs. He's very fast, very quick, very hard to bring down, but it looks like he's really spreading the ball around. This first drive, at least, we have Zachary Shook had an attempt. We have Lane Myers. We have a lot of different people than we normally see on those receptions.
We have not seen the hands off to Kenyon McClure, our primary running back, there to the left of Bosenko. There's a handoff. Uh-oh, fumble. Bosenko right there to cover it, but that's going to be another loss and loss of down as well.
It's probably safe to say that both these teams have a little bit of nerves right now because they know what's on the line. Clemens had a tough year, but still battled it out in a very tough district. They have 2 wins in this very tough district, and they're on the verge of playoffs. East Central, it's been really a long time since playoff was even thought of in our district, and I'm sure they both have some nerve. So that fumble may be representative of that.
Bosenko fakes the run back, goes up the middle, plenty of yardage, lots of real estate for Bosenko. Bounce off of one tackler, make the spin, and go down at the 27-yard line. First down, Hornets.
You don't have to be fancy at all. Bosenko is East Central's leading rusher. The quarterback design run. He's made a lot of plays with his legs. He's bounced off a tackle, showing Clemens that it's going to take a lot more than one defender to bring him down. And that was just a nice, tough run, good enough for a Hornet first down.
Indeed, our leading rusher, Caden Bosenko. What's also interesting is our number 2 might be our other backup quarterback, Austin Beaver.
For sure.
Kenyon McClure there to the right of Bosenko. Bosenko looks to pass off the fingertips of number 7. That's Avery Kane. Nothing wrong with the pass.
Nothing wrong with the pass. He was just looking downfield, took his eyes off the ball just for a second. He had real estate. It was all green. That might have been a touchdown. But bottom line, shake it off. Next possession, see what happens.
I wanted to ask you, Barry, or bring it to your attention earlier than when we had two wide receivers, top and bottom. Our two primary receivers, Jack Stewart and Sam Padgett, were the inside receivers.
They're going to be running a lot of slot. They saw something on film.
And you see both of them line up tight against the line this time as well. Bosenko struggles to get one on the play.
Interesting thing about Clemens, again, they are not big. They're not a huge team. Timeout, Hornets. They're not a huge team, and traditionally they've never been like gigantic, but they've always been well coached. They've on defense they swarm to the ball, but again, amazing special teams. But that right there, you could tell that the coaching was good because on the edge, that edge defender had to shake off a tackle to get Bosenko down. He brought him down pretty much by himself. Just solid defense so far. Lot of this. I don't predict this to be a high scoring game, but you will see a lot of great coaching on both sides of the ball.
That making it around the edge and stopping the other team from making it around the edge has been a big theme this year across many teams in the league.
Yep. And like East Central, again, we already said that both East Central and Clemens, both very good special teams. Like them, they both had big wins against Judson. We both know that these teams come in very confident. We both know that they have the skins on the wall, and we'll see how that translates to the rest of this game.
Again, look where our wide receivers are lined up, just 2 yards outside of our outside lineman. Toss to Avery Kane is met by tacklers in the form of 79. 79 is going to be Sebastian Garcia, the defensive tackle. Another 1 yard gain. Now they're at 4th down and 8.
But it looks like they're leaving the offense on the field.
Caden's out there. McClure's out there. Wide receivers setting up top and bottom. Yes, sir.
It's kind of no man's land, even though Ganamaka is probably good from this distance.
It's got to be Jack Stewart up top. Single coverage, about 6 inches taller than his defender. No, they hand it off to Trayshawn. Face mask was there, but none of the people who count saw it. Those being the officials.
All right, so we have both teams, first possessions, both end in giving the ball back to the other team. So let's see what happens. Both teams absorb the first shot. Let's see if the second shot will garner some points for each squad.
1st and 10, Clemens Buffaloes at the 23-yard line. Their 23 as the defense front line shifts to the right. Hand off to the tailback there, number 5, whose name we still don't have, unfortunately. He's taken down by number 99 for the Hornets, Ray Espinosa.
Now, on their offensive starters for Clemens, we do see a number 21, Torian Smith, and potentially a number 17, Joshua Jackson. Maybe, possibly, he changed numbers for the game. Maybe, but hopefully somebody will let us know.
Second down now and 5 to handoff to 23. There was a hold there, but once again, I'm the only one in the stadium that saw it. Now, there was an official that saw that one. Holding against Clemens will be the call. The effects of that hold were well exaggerated, or at least well demonstrated by the Hornet defender. Should be a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Put him back at the 20-yard line, second down still.
Now, to be real, every time a offensive player goes up against a defensive player, that's a hold. That's actually allowed. You're actually allowed to grab the jersey straight on. But as soon as that defender tries to make a move, like turn their shoulders towards the ball, the offensive player has to let go or it's going to be a hold. So, again, if they grab them on the outside shoulder, the inside shoulder, top of the shoulder pad, it doesn't really matter. They have to let go once that defensive player makes a move.
That doesn't appear to be the normal quarterback. That was number 17 on the carry. Listed as a running back, 17 is Joshua Jackson. Jackson picks up maybe 1 on the play. Third down?
Possibly.
No, I believe they were back at the 20, so he did make a few on that, about 5 yards. In any case, it's going to be third down now and 9 to go for the Buffaloes. 3 receivers up top, trips, 1 running back. Quarterback looks right toward those receivers, scrambles that way. Oh! Quarterback first hit by number 22 for the Hornets, Elijah Simons.
When I think of Clemens, I think of the UTSA current starting quarterback, Frank Harris, who made plays like that, who would make long plays from that particular position. I know that Frank Harris is long past Clemens, and maybe hopefully he is rooting on his former high school, but that play was just scouted out well by the East Central defense.
Back as usual for the Hornets, Trayshawn, number 3. They might have got a piece of that.
Well, he definitely kicked it out of bounds. He had 4 defenders very close to him. It was good defense, good special teams effort by the Hornets.
Ball is going to be placed in at the referee, still deciding what sounds good. 32, we'll call it, boys. 37, I should say. 37-yard line it is of Clemens. The Hornets will set up. Jack Stewart, the Hornets leading receiver, down at the bottom of your screen on the 40-yard marker. 2 other receivers up top will probably be Kane and Padgett. That's actually Vivier in motion, but Bosenko chooses to keep and picks up a good 4 on it.
It's a good decision.
Absolutely,
good decision.
yeah. He had Vivier there to toss to, but there was a defender fairly close to that pathway. And why not pick up the 4 rather than risk a turnover for another extra 2 yards? Jack Stewart low, Vivier, the slot receiver, and should be Samuel Padgett up top. Handoff inside. Not McClure. 26 is Quincy Brown.
Quincy Brown, the 3rd leading rusher for the Hornets this year, been a workhorse. He started off the year as the starting back. There's going to be a lot of there's a running back by committee by the Hornets. You'll see Quincy Brown. You'll see there's a plethora of running backs, but mostly the running will be done by the quarterbacks that you see on the field.
Bosenko taking his time, surveying the situation, says, you, Vivier, come in motion, and I'm going to give you the ball, and you run with it. And that's what Vivier does. He runs with the ball, and he runs fast. Austin Vivier, touchdown, Hornets. Touchdown, East Central. The handoff from Bosenko to Vivier, and 35 yards later, Hornets go up 6. And Barry, I do not have any favorite players on this team, but Austin Vivier is my favorite player on this team.
I'm going to go with the offensive line right there, too.
Okay.
But you're right. Austin Vivier is so quick. And Gonamatica makes him automatic.
Automatica.
His real name, of course. His real name Of course, number 49, Daniel Gauna. But Gaunamatica is that should be his football name. Absolutely should be his football name.
Gauna, I don't know what grade he's in, but there will be some colleges looking at him.
He's only a junior.
Only a junior. How many colleges were looking at you for a football scholarship?
None. I was a bench riding basketball player, and if anything, if they needed anybody to help with English lit work, I promise I would have helped them out.
Number 9 back for Clemens. It's going to be Miles Curry, along with number 5. Of course, number 5, the player whose name we don't have, would be involved in almost every play.
I suspect it's Torian Smith. I suspect number 5 is Torian Smith, possibly leading rusher for Buffaloes, but that's not his number. But they're leading rush at 423 yards rushing this season so far.
Garner puts one into the end zone again. Touchback. Now, Barry, you know I'm both a fan and critic of bands. I will be honest with you, this Clemens band is really bringing it tonight. Big sound. Of course, they are facing me directly, but I like the sound that Clemens band is bringing tonight.
I like that there's those big old sousaphones making sound of like a train engine trying to get these boys fired up. I like it.
Handoff inside to the running back 20. 21 it is.
There we go. That's Torian Smith.
Torian Smith, yes, sir. Smith again inside, picks up another 3 to 4. It's going to take it down to the 34-yard line. 3rd down and 1 to go.
Look at what Clemens is doing. They want to change the pace of the game. They ran 2 quick plays that's called running tempo. They didn't allow East Central to substitute because East Central substitutes pretty liberally on that defensive line. But it's just tempo. 2 nice runs up the gut, and it's only 3rd and 1 now. 3rd and very, very manageable for Clemens.
Hornets run up to the line. Bit of confusion, I believe. Ball is loose. Hornets strip it.
On that fumble recovery, number 4, Jonathan Martinez. He's had a good game so far. I wish I had seen that person who.
Clemens got it back.
Oh my gosh.
Double fumble. Hornets recover back at the 35-yard line, take it down to the 10, and fumble again. Clemens takes over at the 13. So the result of it all, we got a 1st and 10. Not a 1st and 10. We got an official turnover. Yeah, so we did turn it over to the Hornets. That would have made it a 1st down. Oh, we got a flag on the play here. Help me think this through, Barry. So we fumbled and they fumbled and East Central recovered, thereby making it a 1st and 10 for the Hornets. They run it back and fumble over to Clemens, which now gives them a new 1st down, correct?
That's right, and that's exactly what happened. It was a change of possession. Anytime you pick up the ball and you make a football play, it was a change. It was an official change of possession. Clemens hustled back, hit our athlete fumbled. They got the ball back. That was another change of possession. 1st and 10, Clemens ball, even though they started off with the ball. And that's the end of the first quarter.
The buzzer, as you hear it, indicates the end of the first. Our score,
Buffalo 0 and your East Central Hornets 7.
there's a reason why Barry Huff will be calling out the score all night tonight. That is because from my vantage point in our 8x10 booth, I would literally have to stretch my neck about 2.5 feet to see the scoreboard, which I will from time to time attempt, but usually not very successful. So rely on you, Barry, to keep me posted on that score. 7-0, you say?
Yes, sir.
Congratulations to our sub-varsity teams last night. I believe all three of them won. 2 freshman teams and our JV team as well.
Their last games of the year.
Yep.
Congratulations to East Central freshman football for the first time. The 2 middle schools, Legacy and Heritage, working together as Hornet brothers is pretty cool for them that they had a solid season.
Is there a playoff system, Barry, for the middle schools there?
For the middle schools, not anymore. I wish, but not anymore.
Quarterback Samuel Schneider overshoots number 5.
That number 5 is playing today. He does everything, and that's a shame that we didn't have his number. Again, sorry to the people to the folks listening in from Clemens. Again, if you happen to know who number 5 is, he is just an athlete. He's run the ball. He pass catches. I think he returns kicks.
East Central Athletic Director Suzette Ariola out there in internet land. Can you find out who number 5 is for us, Coach Ariola?
Ooh!
23, the running back, brought up in the backfield. 23 is going to be Aiden Pathphone. My man, all right. Aiden delivers a punch about twice as big as his total size. Aiden's I keep saying he's a smaller fella. He's just as tall as I am. But he packs a punch. Every hit that Aiden makes is highlight film material. You saw another one up in the player in the backfield. That's a highlight film type play. And you get those consistently from Aiden Pathphone.
4th 11 for Clemens. Clemens calls a timeout. Seemed to be a little bit of confusion. I'm always wary when Clemens is punting because a couple years ago, East Central was in a position to maybe 2 or 3 years ago in position to potentially make the playoffs or be in a playoff hunt, and Clemens turned the momentum of the game around with their special teams unit, specifically their punting unit. Their punter must have had like 100 yards rushing against us because they had athletes and they placed their athletes in a very good position. This, however, is different. It is 4th and 11 deep in their territory. Punter standing in the end zone. I don't suspect they'll do anything, but I'm always wary.
This receiver on the right-hand side, this coverage guy looks a bit off sides. Nobody see this block. Touchdown. No. Yes. Touchdown, Hornets. Touchdown, East Central. Blocked the punt, covered up. And there's another 6 for the Hornets. Austin Weaver, I believe, fell on it and might have been the one to tap it.
Did we say that East Central special teams is pretty special this year? Running punts back. I think that's their first block punt for a touchdown this year.
Automatic is up and good. And the East Central band comes alive loud and proud for our Hornets. How does that first line go, Barry? Give us a little taste. Hornets.
Hats off to thee.
No. Is that really how it goes?
Hornets, hats off to thee.
Did not know that.
To our colors, we shall be true. Something like that.
Thank you, sir.
Or search for us on Facebook, East Central Athletics. Also check out our website.
Barry Huff, not only the poet laureate of Friday Night Football, but also the
Apparently, I'm also the karaoke artist of
karaoke dude extraordinaire. Speaking of which, he does a really mean Sammy Davis Jr. impression.
inside joke. We watched a lot of East Central football over the years, and when you're watching sub varsity and doing the clock and things like that, sometimes it's just fun to you make it fun for yourself in the booth. And again, James and I are a team. James, the voice of East Central, and me sometimes running the clock or just being a spotter. So
Long story short, one of the things we do to fill time is we picture ourselves doing Sammy Davis Jr. doing other celebrities. This time, Clemens will field at the 1. 9 is the running back, Joshua Jackson. We told you special teams on both squads might be the key here, and there you go. Joshua Jackson with a 80-yard return.
nice touchdown saving tackle, number 7, Avery Kane.
I mean, you called it, Barry. Special teams such a big part of both teams' success this year, and now they've both demonstrated with the block punt and touchdown recovery for the Hornets. Now that 80-yard kickoff return.
It was the first kickoff that wasn't a touchback, and Clemens made the Hornets pay.
More touchbacks in the future, I predict. Or more, yes, sir, touchbacks. 17, I believe, was the quarterback, kept it.
Absolutely. He was also running back, Joshua Jackson.
Pickup of 8.
So they do liberal substitutions from the quarterback position. That's very interesting. And so it looks like 17 runs. They pack it in tight for him. Ooh, I think this might be a pass. Yep. Nope.
No, he's going to keep it. He tucks it away. 17, drugged down by the shoelaces. That's number 21 for the Hornets.
Flag on the field.
Juan Hernandez, JJ on the tackle.
Did you see how fast 17
I
took
did.
off? It looked like it was shot out of a cannon.
I did.
I can't believe he only gave 1 yard on that play. That was good pursuit by the defense, but that, oh my gosh, I wonder what track season is going to look like for them.
Unnecessary roughness was that before the or offsetting, I should say.
So that's a warning if that unsportsmanlike conduct was it personal foul or unsportsmanlike conduct? I didn't catch that.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on both teams, offsetting.
So that's the first warning on both. Second, unsportsmanlike conduct on either one of those players, and then they will be ejected.
$21 on the carry. No, sir. Cornell George tracks him down. When I hear Cornell George, I hear myself getting ready for basketball season.
By the way, that's coming. It's really close.
Our girls play Brennan tomorrow, I believe, in a preseason game. Yeah, so a couple more weeks we'll be full into our district, or well, our non-district starter games. Look forward to soccer and track. You and I always have a great time in our track meets, Barry. Oh, here's. Oh.
And guess who that pass was intended for?
Well,
number
probably.
5.
Was it? I see number 81, Barry.
I see number 5 on the track now. He ran out on track.
Okay, you're completely right. Trayshawn out there defending.
Okay, so it called a legal formation, no play. 5 in the backfield means that only 4 players can be behind the line of scrimmage. So the quarterback, maybe a couple receivers, maybe running back, but everybody else has to be pretty close, at least parallel to where the plane of the ball is. That was a lot of speaking, but just know that there are not enough people on the line.
4 wide receivers spread out, 2 top, 2 bottom. Number 14, Samuel Schneider, the quarterback. Pass intended for number 4, Zadrian Moore.
Clock at 8:48.
3rd down, 13 to go. At the 15-yard line.
I think that Clemens might feel that this is going to 2-down territory. I wouldn't doubt that they do not go for an extra point. If they don't get this first down right here, they're going to get a big chunk and then just try to punch it in. I think they feel they do not want this game to slip away.
Samuel Schneider, perhaps not the speedier of the quarterbacks, drops back, sees a receiver in the end zone, and he reaches out, tries to grab it one-handed, but number 4, Jonathan Martinez out there to defend for the Hornets. Well done.
Absolutely beautiful coverage. The ball floated on the quarterback a little bit, and so Martinez was able to jump that route and deflect that ball. But, again, the kid, they threw it to number 5. We need his name. I'm going to get it.
Kick is up and it's blocked.
Oh!
Hayden Pathaphone. 22 was it? Elijah Simons.
Now it's interesting. Some people will say if it's a block, just fall on it. But when you think about the kicking team, there's a lot of blockers on the team. And if you can just get past that first wave of big fellas, you might have clear path to the end zone. So that's why they gamble with running it back. And plus, ball at your own 20, not bad. Not bad field position.
That's why Barry Huff was really excited when he still had 35 yards to run to the other side of the field before he could turn up. Caden Bosenko hands off inside. Wow.
Oh, my gosh.
That's Austin Vivier. Austin has the speed out. Run them all. Don't block there. Austin Vivier. Still moving. A flag on the field way back at the 20-yard line, the line of scrimmage area.
And a hat, too. So I think I see a yellow flag,
Yeah.
possibly a hat. No,
Yeah,
not a hat.
everybody's walking that way, though. Referees would not have them walking that way if it weren't for the holding it is.
Austin Vivier pats his helmet. In football, if you pat your helmet, you're tired. That was a tough one.
Yes, sir.
So I was going to sub in for Vivier. 8 minutes, 17 seconds left in the second quarter.
I sometimes pat my head at the end of 7th period, and nobody ever seems to come fill in for me. That's Avery Kane in motion in front of Bosenko. Bosenko looks back to pass, sees coverage downfield, and tries to work this one out on his own. Manages to get back to the line of scrimmage. For Sean Thomas there to stop him. Sean Thomas, 49 tackles this year, caused 2 fumbles.
Nervous about a fumble right there. That was a good tackle.
Bosenko directing traffic now, pointing out some of the defenders that might be an issue on this play. But timeout it is. Hornets.
Now you see the score. The thing that always has bothered me about football scoring is that on the board is only 2 scores to 0, but because inflated scoring because of 6 for every touchdown, you see 14 to 0. And the reason why it's important to talk about that right now is that you will see Clemens still working super hard because it's also a battle of field position. Right now, East Central is back deep on their own 11-yard line. If this defense holds, they're possibly going to – East Central is more than likely going to punt, and they're going to have less than half a field to go to punch in for a score. So it's important. It's important that that defense stay strong.
Bosenko throwing over for Jack. Jack catches it on the 40, makes another 12-yard run, stares the defender down. First down, Hornets.
Touchdown saving tackle, number 3, Jameer Dudley.
Bosenko had that ball in his hands before I could blink an eye. It was down the field in Jack's hands. Nice quick pass. Saw Jack all alone on the left sideline. Bosenko this time fakes to be here, takes the run himself to the left-hand side. Tackler on the play is number 46, Derek Davidson.
Tackled by Derek Davidson and Miles Curry.
Bosenko now arranging his 4 wide receivers.
He's so patient when he runs. Very interesting.
Fakes. Now sees a receiver on the right hand side. Vivier still alive. Catches the ball. Managed to not lose too much on the play. That was an odd looking play.
So that was a run pass option. And Vivier, he went ahead and threw it at the last minute. Probably should have faked that. I think that he probably had more yardage, but thankfully Vivier has good hands. Cleanly caught that ball. Expected the hit, absorbed the hits, lost on the play, but a little awkward looking.
Count the receivers. This time we've got 5. 3 down, 3 up top. And Bosenko with a nice look. I like the play. Quick look over to the right-hand side and just run up the middle.
First down, Hornets.
First down, Hornets it is.
That empty set is a staple in high school football, just all football now, really college and high school football. It will normally be a run with the empty set like that for some reason. It's not unusual. But that was a heck of a tough run.
But you can't defend the run. You have to defend the pass on those.
That's right. And so you spread the field knowing that, nice run. Oh, my gosh. Good block.
Bosenko Yeah, that's going to be flags.
Looks like a late hit.
When you are 5 yards outside the sideline and then start the tackle, you're going to get a flag.
Yeah, and the defender scolded his teammate, and that's you take control of that situation. Good job for Clemens. But let's talk about that run real fast. That was a heck of a run, but what won't show up in the stats, that block on the edge, that's number 7, Avery Kane, helping to spring his quarterback. Again, Basenko so patient, so quick, but a great block on the edge.
So when you say he's patient, Barry, but then you say he's so quick, you mean he waits to make the right decision, and once he makes it, it's on.
He can change gears so fast, so quickly. Just he's like, okay, it looks like he's almost jogging to the line, and then as soon as he makes a decision, boom, he's gone.
Hornet fans now fired up after that one, looking for another Tango Delta.
I love it.
Bosenko going to work it in himself. Finds the cone. No, not yet. He's about a foot short there, Barry.
Yeah, it got his knee down. It was a good tackle on the edge. Now, Clemens is fast. They really are fast on the edge, and they're going to the running the edge like that. They're going to catch up to that eventually, just like we saw there. That was a nice stop by the defense.
Number 9, Miles Curry, in on that stop with some help from others. Curry now sets up across from Jack Stewart. Jack brings it in a little tighter toward the line. We got a big area of field on the right-hand side. Hand off to Kenyon. Kenyon's in there. Touchdown, Hornets. Touchdown, East Central. Kenyon McClure from a foot out. Crosses the goal line untouched. Touchdown, Hornets.
3 minutes, 15 seconds left on the clock. Ran down a little bit much. Really should be about 3:17, but I think the officials are going to let it be 3:15. They're talking about it. I think they're going to adjust the clock. Oh, they're going to reset the clock to 3 minutes, 21 seconds.
Gonna puts it through for another point after attempt made. Kickoff down by number 3. Jameer Dudley at the 34. Clemens unable to make it, well, perhaps to the original line of scrimmage there. Hornet defense swarming to prevent anything further.
And thanks to all the folks who let us know about Freddie DeBose, number 5. Another good reception by him. Do everything athlete for the Buffaloes with the reception.
Running back this time, we'll get his number 23. It is. Lesrick Banks, number 23, the running back there. Stopped by 57, I believe, for Hornets. Blake Miller. Blake Miller, one of my awesome students. Don't forget your statistics homework this weekend, Blake. Handoff, fake the handoff, look for a receiver, find one over the middle. 81, the receiver. Dominic Mastella, the receiver, number 81. And the officials indicate that he did make it past the first down marker, 1st and 10.
That's a good-sized fella. That tight end drag, he's a tight end or he's H-back. It is open. And as the first time that they hit him, and he's tough to bring down. Maybe they should look at that a little bit more often. Clemens hustles to the line.
One wide receiver up top, one down below. Single running back. Samuel Schneider pumps the right leg, rolls right, finds a receiver right. No, it's off his fingertips, into the hands of Trayshawn. Trayshawn makes it past all. Trayshawn Johnson, touchdown Hornets, touchdown East Central.
Wow. Oh, my gosh.
Special teams, Barry Huff.
That was just a tip drill. He got the ball, but he ran it back as if he's running back another kickoff.
That's why I say special teams. Trayshawn, one of our star return men. I just looked at it and I thought special teams, but absolutely awesome defensive secondary play by Trayshawn. Been doing it all year long.
Unbelievable.
Mr. Solid as a Rock, Gone-O-Matic, puts it through. Extra point good.
Gone-O-Matica.
ECHS, JROTC with the flags. They're just pushing players aside. Out of my way, boys. Here comes the JROTC.
I guess you could do that when you have just like, I guess the weight of the flag just builds up the muscles, builds up the biceps. Nah, not at all.
Hey, is that Mr. McKay down there?
Barry Huff, can I get an update on the score, sir?
With 1:05 left in the second quarter, visiting Buffalo 0 and your East Central Hornets 28.
No, it's not. I thought that was Mr. McKay. I'm like, no. Where'd he go? Where is he? Oh, there he is. Hey, Mr. McKay.
Now, Barry, I did go on a record before the game as choosing Hornets to win this one.
Well, there's still a lot of time left. We still have the end of this half, and we still have to, we love the Hornet Nation, of course, but we're going to see what happens. All smartly kicked away from number 5. Oh, my gosh.
I don't know if I want to be halfway bent over when I got 5 Hornets coming my way at full speed.
He just
Trying to pick up a pen and a haystack.
He just misjudged that ball, but the coverage was exceptional. It does appear to be offsides call.
Offsides.
That's probably why they were down there so quickly. It was offsides. Looked like the far side closest to the visitor stands was offsides a little bit.
Clemens is going to elect to have East Central kick this one again.
Smartly.
Give them another chance to run one back. They did have a big run back earlier in the game, about a 50-yarder, was it, Barry? Number 17, Joshua Jackson, had a good one earlier.
Huge. But you've seen that they're kicking it away from him. They're kicking to the other side because Gunamatica is just that skilled. So instead of the 40-yard line after the penalty, 5 yards back from 35-yard line, see what Gunamatica can do. Oh, kick it shallow.
Fair caught by number 3.
Jameer Dudley.
So Clemens will set up at the 37-yard line. Looks like that's where we'll settle this one. Oh, right at the 35, 1st and 10. Buffaloes to the line. East Central lined up, stacked, waiting on them to make the decision of how to fan out and meet that front line. Quarterback number 14, Schneider, hands off to the running back, who gets nowhere on that play. How about number 15 on the stop for the Hornets, Zachary Vidal?
Who's had an outstanding year, too. He's quick to that ball. Looks like Clemens is going to be satisfied with just running the clock out. There's 40 seconds left on the game clock, 24 seconds left on the play clock. They're going to run down. They can probably take one play. Maybe they'll take knee, but we'll see what happens. Well, it looks like they're going to go. They're going to go hard. That's probably the last play of the first half right there.
Yeah, running back stopped short that time again. Should run out the clock. But I want to give you an opportunity. I don't mean to put you on the spot here, but you wanted to take the opportunity and honor some of our defensive players that perhaps don't get the call every game and whose parents would deeply love to hear their names. So if you don't mind, Barry, give a shout out to especially those linemen and some of our other defensive players that don't perhaps get their name called enough.
Now, our starters on defense, we have at nose tackle, we have 95, Michael Pinones, 55, defensive end, Nathaniel Ortega, defensive end, 99, Ray Espinosa, strong side linebacker, number 21, Juan J.J. Hernandez, at butt linebacker, that's number 42, Mark Pena, middle linebacker, number 15, we already mentioned his name, Zachary Vidal, at jackbacker, number 10, Cornell George, mentioned his name a few times tonight. Cornerbacks, Elijah Simmons and Jonathan Martinez. Free safety, Trayshawn Johnson already scooped up a fumble back for a touchdown. And number 23, we also called tonight Aiden Pathaphone.
Absolutely doing a great job this year. Unfortunately, we don't get to call her name sometimes on the less flashy plays, especially those linemen, but they deserve every bit of recognition as any other player on this team. Great job this year, defenders. See if we maybe do the same thing for our offensive team next period, maybe.
Absolutely. But first, looks like Samuel Clemens is going to come out and just rock the house a little bit. A huge band.
Huge band, and as we always promise you every week, we know that there are many out there that just come to hear the band. So here you go, the sights and sounds of the Samuel Clemens band.
The Buffalo Band is under the field leadership of drum majors Anaya Armand, Jake Hubotter, and Sarah Wargo. The 2021 color guard officers are Lieutenant Adelaide Braun, Lieutenant Raylan Ramirez, and Captain Lauren Hine. Star captain is Haley Hewitt. Star of the week is Berlin Jenkins. Bell's officers are Major Julia Pierce, Lieutenant Colonel Caitlin Nates, and Colonel Zoe Hoffman. Bell of the week is Mia Gonzalez, and Teacher of the week is Linda Ankowicz. Bells and stars are under the direction of Miss Paige Burrows and Mrs. Janice Larzalier. Now, sit back and enjoy as the bells and stars perform to The Time of Their Lives.
I love
Tonight, the Mighty Buffalo Band and Color Guard will perform their 2021 UIL show entitled Triumphant Journey, featuring original music by Aaron Guidry and Carol Chambers. the Mighty Buffalo Band are Matt Bailey, Zach Serrano, and Rob Taylor. Our sponsor is Angela Fire Foods. The instructor is Anna. And the Buffalo Band section of the week is the Clarinet. It's been a pleasure being with the rest of the Buffalo Band tonight, and we hope you enjoyed tonight's performance and go!
All right, fans, here we go. The Clemens High School Band. Let's get you updated on some scores from the area. Starting off with Steele Smithson Valley at Steele. Steele up 13-6 at halftime. That's first place in the district implications there. Steele up again 13-6 over Smithson Valley. We've got, who else we have here in our district? Judson and Wagner playing out at Wagner High School. Wagner up 28-14 over Judson at halftime. We're glad to have all of our chatters in YouTube and Facebook tonight. I'd like to say a special hello to Karen Johns out there supporting Clemens. Javon Caldwell, glad to have you here. Jesus Hurtado, special teams is making the difference. You got that right, brother. Thanks, Brianna Otis, East Central teacher extraordinaire, for supporting your Hornets as well. And those of you out there watching us live, call up your friends and family, let them know, hey, we've got a little fun going on here at East Central High School. Friday night football. We don't care if you're a Clemens fan, we don't care if you're a Hornet fan. Join us for all the excitement you can have. Right now, though, let's enjoy the sights and sounds of the East Central Golden Hornet Band.
The Hornet Band will perform the classic hit, The Horse.
That's why he wants to open it.
Please welcome the award-winning East Central Honeybee Varsity Dance Team and Golden Stars Drill Team. Golden Star Officer is Colonel Martinez. Golden Star of the Week is Braylon Flores. Honeybee Officers are Lieutenant Andrew Martinez, Lieutenant Alyssa Galvan, Major Elise Green, Lieutenant Colonel Shelby Piante, and Colonel Juliana Moreno. Honeybee of the Week is Liliana Santos. Honeybees and Golden Stars are under the direction of Ricky Kaluga and Michael Warkey. Directors of the Hornet Band are Ron Garza, Thomas City Gitsa, Chuck Johnson, and Rick Mendoza. The Hornet Band, Honeybees, Golden Stars, and Michael Snake, Principal Shane McKay, Superintendent Roland Toscano, and Athletic Director Yvette Ariola. Good night, and as always, go Hornets!
What are you doing here? Big speak away! What's his name? Yeah. Big away over there!
All right, fans, welcome back to the second half. East Central and Clemens football team taking the field now. And here come your Hornets. Fire at the band. East Central on the near sideline, bottom half of your screen, wearing the black and gold. Ready for the second half. Score at the half, 28-0 East Central.
A lot of football left, but has promise. Let's take a look at that. Let's talk about that offensive line. We have Steven Stewart, Art Davis, Joe Ryder, Nelson, 7 in the club. Left guard, left tackle, number 6. Right guard, Douglas Bryant, number 60. Right tackle, Blake Rodriguez. Let's not forget, listen, clever tackle, he's back.
And Hornets will set up Austin Beaver, number 8. Trayshawn Johnson, number 3, in the backfield. Kicking off for Clemens will be number 10. Yes. I believe that is that the first time we called his name tonight? No, that'll be the second. Ooh, that's Cornell. Cornell, the short man. They're turning out past the 50-yard line.
Number 10, Cornell George.
Yes. As quarterback, now as the coach said, of course, he's a score but let's see how both teams come out fire.
There's no way you relax this early as a very young game as important as this.
Absolutely. It's important to both teams to win. The winner go to the first round of 6-8 playoff. If Central wins, they'll be in the big school division. I believe not going to be 6-8 division 2 playoff. Really competitive division. Central will be 6-8 division 1.
First and 10. Hornets on the Kenyon McClure first down. Osenko running backs protecting either side of him. McClure gets it, finds the right side of the line, and just gets by that, the left side defender for Clemens, number 2, and picks up about 5 yards on the play. Caden Osenko taking his time. Again, 2 running backs to either side of him. 2 receivers up top. Osenko hands off to Kenyon again. Kenyon finds room up the middle this time and probably has enough for a first down.
Right by number 39, Kenyon George.
Now the clock is probably going to start to play. It's early in the second half. 10 minutes, 15 seconds, clock is running. The play clock.
And off again to McClure. Well, you know, another first down, Hornets. You still see Bosenko selling that one. Hands off to McClure, quickly turns around and runs the opposite way trying to attract those linebackers to go with him.
But I think the linebackers will be able to cover. Test 1, 2.
My apologies, fans. We're going to do a quick technical check on my partner Barry's microphone. Bear with us.
Test 1, 2. Right now is 9 minutes, 14 seconds left on the clock. Clemens 0, East Central 28.
If you could hear Mr. Huff, Mr. Barry Huff out there, we could throw up some ones in the chat. Thank you, Erica Reynosa, for bringing that to our attention. There is no game without Barry Huff calling the game, so.
That is not true.
Sounded good. McClure with the reverse hands off back to Vivier. Vivier with a little stutter step. Picks up an extra 4. A lot of running for 6 yards, but ain't nothing wrong with 6 yards.
Absolutely. Great call. Around, take advantage of awesome speed. Good enough for about 7 yards.
We'll call it 7. Second down now and 3 to go. All just short of the 15-yard line of Clemens.
13 seconds left on the play clock. 8:47 left on the game clock.
Brody Schmidt, center, sends it back. Bosenko, quick pass to the right-hand side to Vivier, who was brought down by number 9, Joshua, number 9 on defense. That's going to be Miles Curry.
That quick pass has not been there for East Central all game long. Clemens has that scouted out pretty well. It looks like they were happy with putting a saddle on McClure's back and letting him run, letting that offensive line block. But now starting to throw a little bit. I wonder if they're going to hand it off to McClure right here. Option.
Bosenko turns it up, has enough speed and power. We do have a flag on the play, but
absolutely, it does appear on the edge there. There's just too much push from Clemens' player, and East Central couldn't get the leverage. It looked like a little bit of a hole.
Despite that hole, look at the power as Bosenko turns upfield and just knocks that defender back.
He's fast. I tell you what, speed kills. Simple as that. He put his foot in the ground, boom, took off, and that momentum just knocked the guy over. But off or not, hold on the play. 3rd and 11 for the Hornets.
From the 24-yard line. Bosenko looks around. Nothing going on the sideline, so he'll continue the play. Jack. That is not Jack Stewart out there. That was number 8, Austin Vivier, stretching out for it, just slightly. Yeah, who do you blame that on? Slightly overthrown.
I think that was a good play. Just a little bit too deep, but it was a really good thought. We'll see what Ghana can do from this distance. Maybe looks like a 35-yard.
It'll be 40 yards in the air.
That's right. Yeah. Good call.
It's up and it's straight. Oh, good. Off to the right-hand side, the referee indicates, but plenty of leg. You got to just test that one a little bit more often, and we'll narrow that one down and start hitting those. Then Gaona with all the leg necessary. Wide right that time.
Only a junior. Circle that name. The question ultimately is he a soccer player? I'm hoping he is. I'm hoping he is. Today, the other football, he's doing pretty good at right now.
Meanwhile, Clemens, running back, picks up 21, Torian Smith, averaging just 3.8 yards per carry this year, 5 TDs, over 400 yards on the season.
Another big hit by Cornell George, but a good 5-yard gain. Good blocking up front by Clemens. Getting no quit in them. 7 minutes left in the third quarter. 15 seconds left on the play clock.
14, Samuel Schneider, the quarterback. Schneider looks left, looking at that receiver the whole way. Oh!
What we're looking at, we see the line judge. He was backing up on the play. He's the official that's furthest back. He was backpedaling, looking closely at the play, and he just tripped over his feet and landed right square back on his head. But he shook it off, and he's back in.
He was upright long enough to not make the call in this case.
Poor officials.
Yeah, ball was on the floor. Officials. Ball was on the floor before he fell down, so he was in position to make the caller if necessary. No call. Pass outside to the right side this time, complete to number 4. It would appear from far away. Zadrian Moore.
Now, speaking of officials, in the chat box, we put out TASO, that's Texas Association of Sports Officials.org. It's easy to call the games from the stands, but they need your help. Our officiating crews are getting older. Maybe you would like to be out there on the field on Fridays.
Handoff to 21 in the backfield. Looks like George back there to meet him. Yes, sir.
Good.
Cornell George, number 10, on the pursuit. And I mean pursuit deep into the backfield. Loss of about 6 yards, 5 yards maybe.
I think you're right. 5 yards. Be 2nd and 15. Great job up front, making sure that those blockers, the offensive line blockers for Clemens couldn't get off the ball, which freed up the linebackers to go ahead and shoot the gaps and make the play.
Quarterback keeps it. That's going to be a Trayshawn Patton tackle right there. Trayshawn likes to grab him by the shoelaces, but, the dangerous tackle. He can miss one every once in a while, but he doesn't miss them much. When I see shoestring tackle, I think Trayshawn.
That was a good run by the quarterback. Gain of about 4. Actually, gained him more than that. Gained him almost 10.
Ball at the 45-yard line of Clemens. 6 yards to go for the first down. 3 wide receivers up top, 1 down below. Keeper again. Sam Schneider, a real tall quarterback. Not real speedy, not real quick, but those long legs will get him places.
Well, deceptively fast right there. Again, East Central's not. We're just letting him run free. He's running. He's a senior. He's smart with the ball. He's not going to put them in a position to lose. Just well done on his part.
And not a bad strategy to let him run if all things considered. That's burning some clock. Schneider again throws one up. That's Aiden on coverage. Aiden sticks the hand up at the right moment, locks that one down.
They like testing those. They like testing those cornerbacks. They feel that their receivers are going to be out. They're going to outplay the smaller East Central defenders. But in East Central's defenders, the cornerbacks have been game for much of this contest.
My apologies. That was Elijah Simons on the coverage. This time, Clemens outpassed or very near to the first down marker. Banks, the running back, 23. And the chains will move for another Clemens first down.
This is a really nice drive for Clemens. They're definitely going to have to be wary of the clock. There's 3 minutes, 28 seconds. East Central has substitutions. Huh. Officials stop it briefly.
Based on the run.
21 defender Juan Hernandez on the defensive stop. There we go again. In backfield, 55 for the Hornets. Nathaniel Ortega for another loss. Third down now and 17 to go.
Play clock at 14 seconds for Clemens. Game clock in the third quarter, 2:07, 2:06. They're going to have to get plays off a little quicker than that if they're going to fight their way back in this contest.
99 Rey Espinosa, 95 Michael Piñones, 55 Nathaniel Ortega up front. And
that was a smart play by the quarterback. He was running, and he just threw the ball outside the pocket. Live to play another day. It's deep in East Central's territory, so they're going to go ahead and keep their offensive unit on the field. They have nothing to lose at this point. It's 1:48 left in the third quarter. East Central 28, Clemens 0, or rather 4 scores to 0 scores. And let's see what happens on this play.
4 score. And our resident Friday night historian as well.
That's a flag.
Throw it up.
No, it's a flag.
Yeah, I see 2 guys back there up there jumping for the same ball, jumping straight up. I saw no interference there.
I would call that interference only because when he jumped up, he ran into the defender. He was not turned around to look at the ball. So it wasn't a 50-50 ball where both people had to play. Our defender was beat, and it's been like the past few go routes that he does have our defender beat. If the quarterback would release it just a little bit sooner, he'd probably hit him in stride. But that right there, that was East Central defender fault on that one for sure.
So
the 2 people in the booth next to me do not agree, but it looked like a pass interference to me. The quarterback, number 14, Samuel Schneider, putting a saddle on his back. That kid is running all of a sudden.
Well, he's been taking the outside route outside of the tackles there, but you don't see him going up the middle much, and he gives it a shot there.
He has good size. He looks lean, but he can take a good hit. But that big offensive line is actually starting to come alive a little for Clemens.
Had an extra man on the line that time. Yeah, they're getting the push there for sure. This time looks like out past the first down marker. It's going to be another Clemens first down.
I think maybe they should just be content to run the ball. They're not connected on many passes. Again, they like that go route. Every time they see East Central lined up in press coverage, that means that's man to man, not getting any help over the top. They're trying to exploit that coverage but it hasn't worked. But running that ball, especially with number 14, Schneider, has worked at least on this drive.
Schneider hands off to 23. Banks.
Number 3. On the tackle for East Central, number 3,
Trayshawn Johnson. Barry Huff, was looking down at my paper, and I have no idea what just happened.
He came up so hard on that tackle. It was a good form tackle, hit him right square in the quad, and just blew him backwards. But that was a heck of a run. And that's the end of the third quarter with East Central leading 28-0 over Clemens.
All right, fans, you guys at home, go refresh your drinks. Go blow all that allergy stuff out of your nose. Get ready for a big fourth quarter coming up for the Hornets. All right, here we go, Clemens. Quarterback drops back, sees Hornet defenders in front of their receiver.
Intercepted.
Intercepted is. And a touchback. Hornets ball. Hornet first down.
Just a little bit too much air from the quarterback. He trusts his receivers, and that was simple as that. He believes enough in his receivers to make that pass. There are 2 East Central defenders there, 2 Clemens offensive players, 2 Clemens receivers in the same area as well. Puts a bunch of air on the ball. However, the East Central defender was game, jumped that route. East Central ball, official timeout on the field. It's like an inch player.
All right, fans, here we go. First down and 10, Hornets. Bosenko still in the game. Quick pass to the right-hand side. Looks like Vivier swicks and swaddles out past the first down marker. First down, Hornets.
Looks like officials are talking it over because things are starting to get a little chippy on the field. You hate to see that. You want a competitive contest. You want it to be tough. You want good tackles. You want good clean hits. But in a game like this where the team is up 4 scores in the fourth quarter, things are seem to start to get a little sloppy. What I love about the officials, they got together, they talked it over. Now it's time for both sidelines to really talk to their athletes as well. Play hard, play hard. We expect that, but it's not time to just go buck wild.
It's like a holding penalty, 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Going to remain first down. Bosenko finds the receiver on the right-hand side, and that's going to be good for an 18-yard pickup. Samuel Paget, whose name we have not called much tonight. Number 2 receiver, I believe, for the Hornets.
Absolutely.
Yeah, maybe number 3 if Vivier is going to be our number 2. Somewhere in there, though, Samuel Paget, 2 or 3. Fine receiver in his own right.
That's right.
Top receiver as far as yardage, touchdowns, yards per would be number 11, Jack Stewart, down at the bottom of your screen. Not tremendously active this evening, but did catch a good one, setting up a touchdown earlier in the game. Second down now, 9 yards to go. Ball at the 39. Bring in substitute lineman there, one of the tackles being replaced. Caden Bosenko will have 2 team members in the backfield with him. One of them being Quincy Brown, the other one, 81, I believe, Lane Myers.
Looks like D'Antonio came up. Tracy's on the field now.
Quincy Brown with the carry, gets one. Referee's going to have to watch those sidelines, Barry. As you said, getting a little chippy, especially with some perhaps late hits out of bounds. We need to keep an eye on those.
Sure, certainly. But the cool thing is that with varsity football, they have what's called a 7-man crew. That means 7 officials. And so you have extra. If it was a sub-varsity game like JV or freshman, you'd have 4 times 3-man crews. But you have these extra officials to keep things in check, hopefully.
Barry, is there an overabundance of officials in the South Texas football scene?
I'll answer that right after this play. That was a great tackle by number 22 for Clemens, Travion Smith. There are not enough officials. I can't say that enough. We love thinking that the play could happen without officials. Some people don't necessarily like officials, but the truth is we have to have them to keep our athletes safe and to accurately apply the rules or objectively apply the rules. Again, if you are somebody who is willing to be one of those officials, there's a lot of training in the Texas Association of Sports Officials. They'll take care of you. Go to taso.org. They would love to have you. Great kick. Oh, my gosh. Get the ball. Oh, great kick. Great punt by Austin Vivier. The ball just rolls into the end zone.
You're talking a great kick. That's a 60-yard punt and roll. And a lot of that was the punt part. Austin Vivier turning it on. So, Barry, absolutely. Bottom line, we need officials. Football, all sports are short of officials these days in this area.
Basketball, baseball.
Absolutely. If you think you can't do it, then you're probably wrong. You probably can. Look into it if it's something you think you have the time and opportunity to help support your community with.
And support your pocketbook. They don't do it for free.
They don't do it for free. They do get paid. Yes, that's absolutely true. Running back will pick up 2 on the play. I did not catch the number that was called. Looks like maybe 81. Dominic Masteller.
It's late in the fourth quarter, 7 minutes, 44 seconds, 43, 42. Central 28, Buffaloes 0. Play clock at 17-16.
Flag on the play. We might have another unsportsmanlike. And another one. Uh-oh. Clemens player shouting some, and now took off his helmet. Unhappy with the referee's call, is going to just dig a deeper hole for his team. Yeah, Coach, get right on him. And Coach did.
The bottom line is that they're kids. They're as much as much as they dress up and are strong and everything. They're kids and dealing with a stressful situation. The cool thing is that cooler has prevailed. The adults on the field, they threw the flag, let him know he was wrong. They didn't get in his face. The coach is talking to him calmly. This is well done on all areas. The referees are talking it over. You saw that one of the referees threw her hats. All the parts of the flags, the hat, they all work as flags. But that player more than likely is ejected.
One of the Hornets players will be ejected. And a player from Clemens. So 2 personal fouls leading in an ejection from each team.
And the thing with those ejections, they go further than this game. What will happen is that any ejection is reported to the officials from the University Interscholastic League, the UIL, and the question ultimately becomes, will they be ejected for the next game as well? And so there are some things that have to be worked through, but hopefully both players will learn from this. Cooler has prevailed. Great job by the officiating crew. And really, next play.
Yeah, really interesting. I'd love to be a fly on the wall in that conversation about where was it from this. There were a lot of flags flying there. There were helmets taken off. That's more than one personal foul you're seeing, Barry, on each team.
It was more than likely towards one player, and that player, again, his emotions got the best of him. But take a look. We're next play down. That was a good throw. It was a great throw. That was really good defense by East Central defender number 4, Jonathan Martinez, who's having a monster game.
Yes, he is.
Game.
But one of the first calls of the play was Jonathan Martinez. Now we're calling him late in the game. Yes, sir. Against Banks, I believe, was the intended receiver. I could be wrong. No, so that was Freddie DuBose, number 5. Matter of fact, sorry, number 5. We missed your name about 5 times at the beginning of the game. So Freddie DuBose.
we may still have missed it like 7 times. He did everything today for his squad. He left everything on the field. Looks like the punt team's on for both squads.
Notice that Trayshawn not in the backfield this time. You saw him limping off the field earlier. Put Avery Kane out there in his place. Avery and Austin. This one goes Austin's way. Calls for the fair catch. Fumbles it. Hornets pick it up, but quickly tackled by Clemens.
That was a heads-up play by number 12, Abel Vasquez, scooping it up after the muff punt.
Once again, we love to brag about our students. Abel, one of my students as a freshman, matured from day 1 to day whatever it is his freshman year. Total change in that young man. Really proud of what he's become here at East Central. Handed off up the middle for about a 3 to 4 yard gain. Interesting enough, Caden Bosenko is still in the game.
On the carry, I believe that was number 19, Evan Butcher. Nice to see him get a tackle. I mean, nice to see him get a carry. The senior.
Why is Caden Bosenko in the game, Barry?
I think because their backup quarterback is Austin Vivier, who's another starter. And so the question is, who's going to spell him?
I see 30 more players on the sideline right now that could be out there instead of both of them.
Well, Austin Vivier is on the side, so we'll see what happens. We're going to trust the coaches on this. And it's really a tough call. What do you do? Ultimately, give him got a lot of snaps. This is potentially his very last game at East Central at Hornet Stadium. Caden might have a lot to say about him being in the game right now. 6 minutes left, a little less than 6 minutes left. But it does seem that it probably needs to sit. There's 13 seconds left on the play clock. East Central's going to let the play clock get really close to zero before they snap it.
3rd and 1, handoff to number 26, Quincy Brown, for another Hornet first down.
You're also seeing that he's not running the ball anymore. He's going to hand it off left, hand it off right, zone left. Let the clock run down. Play clock's at 27, 26. 5 minutes, 18 seconds left in the contest.
Yeah, I like that call. Keep him in there, make the right decisions. Perhaps even keep other players from making detrimental decisions. Good call keeping him in there. I agree with you.
It's tough though. I mean, what's the right thing to do? We're going to trust those guys, and we just hope for the best on our part.
Avery King, far side. Is that a screen pass, or does that have another name?
That's a good question. I would say a swing pass out there to the running back or to the slot receiver. That was a good block on the edge, though. That was a real good block on the edge. Good. That was good rallying by that defense to the point. It only gained 2. Probably should have gained more, but the defense was game on that possession. 4 minutes, 20 seconds left in the contest.
Once again, as you hear the doors open here in our mini studio, that's the big, powerful brass of the Clemens band pumping it from the other side of the field all the way into our press box over here. Nice sounds from Clemens. Avery Kane stuck when he catches it, when he touches it, I should say.
Miles Curry, 28 tackles on the season. Just read that super well. Rung his bell just a little bit as he comes.
Yeah, Avery pops up and says, I just got hit.
He did. It was a great hit.
Nothing else to say about that. I just got hit. So we're set with a 3rd down now and 7, perhaps 8 to go for the Hornets. Ball at the 41-yard line. Caden Bosenko, the quarterback, with running backs to either side of him. That's Caden. And nothing doing to 26 Quincy.
That's number 44, Sean Thomas. Get another good read. Essential's not going to do anything fancy. They're just going to keep the clock running as much as they can. 3 minutes, 45 seconds left in the contest. 4th down and 1. Essential has a choice. Do they punt or do they go for it? It's in no man's land. Looks like what they're probably going to do is let the clock go down to about 1 or 2 on the play clock. Let the clock run. They're called timeout, and they're going to send their punt crew out there. That's exactly what they're going to do. Maybe even take a flag.
Well, Barry, is it too early to start talking playoffs? Our next round, next week, what could be going on?
It's probably safe to talk about playoffs since there's only 3 minutes left. East Central up by 4 scores. We can hint a little bit about what's going on because there's a big game going on tonight Reagan versus Brandeis. I think the winner there actually is going to decide district. And I think that if Reagan wins that contest, East Central more than likely will play them. We'll know for sure coming up in the next few days. But it's good. Reagan has looked good all year. That combined North Side Northeast District more than likely will be the winners of that. Although Brandeis has an outstanding quarterback who's been hurt for much of the year, but they rallied around the quarterback or the people who stepped in, and now that just stellar quarterback is now back. And I bet that, and we could maybe throw out the score later on in that contest.
Absolutely. So if things go as we wish here, perhaps an intercity rivalry before we head on out to other districts outside of the area. So maybe Reagan next, our next opportunity, our next game. Maybe Brandeis, we shall see. But I'm beginning to warm up to the word playoffs the more and more we go through this game here.
Congratulations to the coaching staff, the Coach Hubbard and his staff for working these boys, working these athletes. It is a bust off district. It is almost unbelievable that East Central has emerged, but not necessarily when you think about all the work they put in, the lumps they've taken, the work they put in. It's been just an outstanding year for East Central football.
Nice one up the middle. Tackle made by number 50, it looked like. David Almanza. May have been number 90, Sebastian Martinez. I have no problem calling either number. We're just giving a bunch of shout-outs. Run the left-hand side, 23. Stand them up. And looks like a first down on the play. It shall be. First down, Clemens. Minute 30 now. A minute and a half left to go in this regular season. Clemens fans celebrating a year that they're happy with. You got a bunch of youngsters over there who have enjoyed another year of football, another year of school, happy just living up with the experience, and then might as well tack on that to enjoy part of the game for Clemens. That's about a 50-yard run, and perhaps an opportunity for Clemens to put some points on the board before this one is over.
Well, that's time. Looks like there's a timeout on the field. Oh no, it's because of first down. No, there's a timeout on the field. Looks like going to set up. Again, no quit in those kids out there.
Speaking of no quit, looking on the far side bleachers, we still got a full complement of fans over there. That's just about what I counted at the beginning of the game. They're all there still watching their Clemens Buffaloes. Props to them.
Yes, sir. Well, Clemens is part of a bigger school district. I mean, it's Clemens, it's Steele, and so some of these athletes will be able to cheer on their counterparts at Steele High School, Steele and Neal and Smith Valley in a battle right now to determine the district title for District 27 6A.
All right, here we go. Quarterback standing back, waiting for the ball. Looks left, tries that receiver over there again. There's the pickoff again. There you go. Time and time again, our defenders back there in the backfield. Take it. Jonathan Martinez, your man.
Mike, that boy has been playing. playing great today. 57 seconds left. Touchback. It'll be East Central ball. Clemens with 2 timeouts left. East Central with its full complement of 3. I wouldn't doubt that East Central probably get in winning formation and just take the W. And for the first time ever in this school district, 27-6A actually make the playoffs, the first round of the playoffs. Just as a class of 91, super proud of these athletes on the field.
Bosenko takes a knee to keep the clock running.
Currently, right now, possibly the team that we will be playing as Reagan versus Brandeis. That's Brandeis 7, Reagan 27. Again, officially, we'll figure out later who they're going to play, but East Central will represent 6A Division I, or the big school district, playing in another big school district in by district play.
If anybody has any more insight on that, put it up in the chat. We'll read it up here later. But for now, we're going to close this one out. Here come the Hornets to the sideline to celebrate. Your final score, Barry, is
Clemens 0 and your East Central Hornets 28.
Hornets win. Hornets win. From East Central Hornet Stadium, my name is James Bryant. He is
Barry Huff.
Have a great night. Go Hornets.
For attending tonight's concert, and I wish you a safe trip home. Remember, the goal of the coach is to practice before and after the game. So if you leave the stadium, please remember that all participants who helped with tonight's concert gave their very best effort. Please help show your support of these fine student-athletes by acting in a sportsmanlike manner. Let's help out our wonderful custodial staff and throw away our trash. Please keep our stadium nice and clean. Again, final score 28-0. Your East Central Hornets. That's one.